Welcome to episode 1 of Cereal Reviews. This is a new cereal reviewing series that I will be making. A little bit about myself so you can get to know me and I can get to know you. I like cereal. I'm quite passionate about it. When I eat said cereal, I do like my milk, unlike some people who, they're kind of objectively worse than me. Cereal's, one of the better foods, something I prioritize eating, and I feel like we all really should fit more cereal into our diets. I'm a health expert, actually, so, I don't know. But, that's enough about me. Let's get into the cereal. So, today, I'll be reviewing the classic Weetbix. This is really a staple of Australian culture. You can never go wrong if you're having Weetbix for breakfast. And although the only problem that you could potentially bring up is that it's a bit of a plain flavor, it is completely fine to eat on its own. Although I do personally prefer to have some honey with it. Call me weak, but it tastes better. So, yeah, let's get into the review. So, up first, opening the value pack Weetbix Sanitarium packaging. So, it seems, it's got a standard sort of pull thing there. Let's hope that it's not too tough, and that's a very clean opening. Yeah, that, you don't, a lot of cereals, they don't open that cleanly. See that? Most of this sticks way too much to the cardboard. There's like a tiny bit at the end there, but that might have been my mistake. So it's very good. Yeah, stuck bit's giving me a bit of trouble, but get rid of that. Yeah. Alright, so, we don't have to worry about a little plastic sort of bag thing that can be tough to open and pour your cereal out with, because Weetbix has its own sort of box opening almost for the plastic. So that's really nice, really convenient, really easy. This was a great packaging, honestly. It also seems that there's some sort of prize or reward coming along with it. Cricket bat, that's pretty cool. Who doesn't love a good game of backyard cricket? So, that's great, I guess. It just adds to the packaging. And let's see, yep, definitely does seal up very nicely, so you can slip it right back up into the cupboard. No one knows you've eaten the cereal. So, honestly, you can't really ask for anything more than this. I'm gonna have to give this a perfect 5 out of 5 for its packaging. Alright, now, second aspect of the review is, well, it's a dry taste test. And, this is really unfortunate for the Weetbix, because I did say earlier that its only sort of main downside was that, it's not the best plain, but I forgot to mention that it's also not the best dry. It's a bit of a joke almost how dry it is when it's dry and flavorless it is, and how unrewarding it is to eat. But it's really a shame, because this is going to be the only thing bringing down its marks, I think. So it's really a shame for the Weetbix, but you can disregard it, but I have to follow my formalities here. So, dry taste test. I'll just take one. Just bite into it. So, yep, took a good bite out of it. What can I say? It's just really not that great. Yeah. Pretty average, pretty dry. Tastes kind of like a bit like cardboard, but yeah. It's really a shame, because otherwise Weetbix, coming so strong, it's probably gonna have to get a 2. 2 for dry. I don't know what would have to be a 1, but I guess there was some some sort of nice crunch for a little while in there, so it's got some redemption in that aspect at least. But I'm gonna have to give it a 2 for its dry test rating. Now, with that little unfortunate mishap out of the way, I can get into the main, most important rating, and that is the with milk. So, got my milk here. I'm very excited to drink milk, honestly. It is a 30-something degree day, 37 degree day today. So, anything to cool down, very nice. So actually, I'll get my honey on here first before I eat it with milk. So I'll just take the same Weetbix again. I've had food today already. Let's just get some honey. I don't really know how much honey is acceptable, which I'm a bit ashamed to admit, considering I'm sort of just a serial critique fan. I'm a fan of cereal. Anyway, but I'll put on about like a very shallow half of a tablespoon for one Weetbix. Just sort of level with the top of the spoon, because I don't want to go through too much honey. I gotta share it with the family. But as I said, I'm quite liberal with the milk. So for one Weetbix, sure I'm missing that little bite from earlier, but that's about how much milk I've got in there. And it also gives me leftovers. So leftover Weetbix milk. That's always fun. So let's get in here. And I know exactly what I'm expecting from this. This is a meal I've had many times before, but just for the sake of the review. Now, this is truly wonderful. I'll let you get a bit of it. Honestly, one of the best meals you could really hope for breakfast. It's just great. Nothing wrong with it at all. If you disagree, you're completely wrong. Honestly, I think something like a really good idea that we should implement into the governments and specifically in the hospitals. When a child is born, they need to be given a bowl of cereal with Weetbix as a cereal, and they need to eat it. And if they don't, get them out of there. It's not worth raising that child anyway. What can I say? I guess I'm every day I'm blown away how good this Weetbix is. So I'm gonna have to easily give it a 5 out of 5 for taste. So no doubt about it. Alright, so closing thoughts. Weetbix, you shouldn't really be able to fault it. The only potential problem that you can find is the dry taste test. But really, it's just unfortunate that has to be a part of the criteria, because it's not really applicable to Weetbix at all. Like if you're eating Weetbix dry, you're doing something wrong. You should know not to do it unless that's sort of your thing. And I mean, I guess go for it. But it's a shame. It only gets a 12 out of 15, but still decent marks. But realistically, if you want to disregard the dry taste test, it's a 10 out of 10 for packaging and taste. So honestly, best cereal you can really find. Great price, great value. A lot of potential breakfast in here, depending on how many you eat. Like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It doesn't really matter. You'll be set for quite a while with Weetbix. So yeah, that's about it. Hope you enjoyed this review of Sanitarium Weetbix, and I'll see you later with the next one.